Ecuador's food, some of the best food in the world, especially the food from the coast.
But not all of it. Yes, so in today's video, we're gonna rank the best Ecuadorian food from the coast, so that you guys know which food you have to try immediately when you come to Ecuador.
Okay, sure, why not? So, let's rank the top 10 Ecuadorian food from the coast. Alright, so let's explain how this is going to work. We have 10 foods and 3 judges. Each judge will try each food and give it a score from 1 to 10. Each judge can only use a specific score once. In other words, Judge A cannot give both food 1 and food 2 the same score. The total scores given by each judge will be added up in order to rank the dishes, and the judges will justify their highest and lowest scores in the end. May the best food win.
Okay, so let's start with the bologna. For me, bologna is a very good food because it has variations. It has the sweet option with peanut butter, and it literally tastes like eating peanut butter, but you're just getting full from it. Then they have the chicharron one. It's more the salty option, and also they have the cheese option for people who really like cheese. So for me, I think it's something for everyone. Yeah. Then let's come to the empanadas. Here we have empanadas con queso. I really like empanadas. They're not like special good to me. I mean, I eat them, they're okay, but it's not like a food I would eat every day. Then here we have the ceviche. For me, the ceviche is not like the best food here. I like the consistency. I like this ceviche is very nice done. It has a good crust and a good crunch. But I don't really like the combination with the fish and then with the dough around it. I don't know. I don't particularly like it, but I can understand when people like it. Here we have the torta de plátano. People here eat it often as breakfast, and I can understand it. I really like it. It has a special aftertaste that I don't particularly like, but I still love eating it, and this one has a really good crunch. It's crunchy on the outside and soft in the middle, so I really like it.
So now, let's rank these dishes. Starting off with the bologna, the points that we gave it are...
What do you have? We have
A
the same.
6? Oh!
Oh,
A
okay.
6?
6.
Okay. Enami gave an 8, Ace gave a 6, which I don't understand actually, because I love bologna.
For the ceviche, the score that we gave it was...
3?
3?
Yeah,
How dare they?
I don't
6?
like
Oh,
it.
okay, fine. 6, I'll take it.
But
I gave it
what?
7.
How did you rank the others? Like in comparison to the others, ceviche wasn't
This
good.
ceviche was
Ceviche
so
was good. Like in
No.
comparison to normal ceviches sometimes that you find on the street that are hard as rocks, this ceviche was
But it's just
awesome.
always dry. Ceviche is too dry for me.
empanada. But remember, this is the empanada with cheese because there are other variants of empanada.
You will be surprised.
Empanada, ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Same.
Oh, you guys are like going twinsy now. I gave it a 4. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of empanada de cheese, but I love the empanada de chicken.
I give it a 5. It's like middle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good. They're not special.
It's a good snack, but I wouldn't eat it every day.
They're cheap. Torta de plátano. The score that we gave it was 3, 2, 1.
4, 2.
6. 2?
Yeah.
It was good. Come on, the crunch.
I mean, it was crunchy, but like crunchy doesn't mean like amazing.
You gave the ceviche a better score than.
It tasted really good. That's how good the ceviche tasted.
So I gave it a 6 because it was good. It was really crunchy. A torta de plátano. How is it a 2? I'm disappointed now.
She's very disappointed in us. Go on, me.
This was really good, but let's see if the next place is even better.
Well, I mean, that looks really good. But what does it taste like? Let's find out.
For me, this wasn't the best food, especially the torta de choclo. Torta de choclo, it's basically a mix of corn and cheese. And for me, this mix doesn't make any sense. For me, It has a really, really weird taste. But it's only my opinion and I can understand when people like it. Here in this plate there's the tigrillo and the bistec. And the tigrillo itself is but in combination with the bistec, it's actually it isn't that bad. And the pan de admitan, for me, once again, it's only my opinion. The taste is unusual for me, but it's only for me, and I understand when people like it, especially because it's so fluffy and yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's my opinion of this food.
Alright, so now we're gonna rank the following 3 foods. Ready? The first one was pan de almidón. The score that we gave pan de almidón was... Wait. Ready, go!
3, what?
3? What did you give?
8.
9.
I
It
don't
was
like
good.
It was really
I
good.
didn't like it.
I'm surprised you didn't like it.
I gave it a 9 because there is better stuff, but it was really good. Like, I could eat it every day. I could eat it every day.
I have wanted to eat it every day.
Tasted, but it was so weird.
The good thing is it was hot and like soft, because sometimes when it's not hot, it can be really hard, just like ceviche. Torta de choclo. The score that we gave torta de choclo is... Ooh,
4?
I was not giving it a 4.
Oh, come on. It
One.
wasn't that
One.
bad.
Yeah,
It was okay.
obviously. No.
Oh
I
God,
like-
no.
Look, it has a special taste. I like this taste.
Special.
It was just too much.
It
Special.
was too special.
It was special, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay, I give it a 4. Come on. 1, like, the next thing
Was the tortilla.
No.
The tigrillo, I mean tigrillo.
Tigrillo.
Tigrillo,
Tigrillo.
tigrillo con bistec.
Bistec.
Con bistec.
Bistec.
We have the tigrillo con bistec, which I think is beef steak, but bistec. And the score that we gave it was...
There's the one. For me it's 2.
Oh wow, 1?
Yeah, that's my 1.
To me it was a 3. It wasn't terrible, it just wasn't what I really would say is my ideal food.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
So these were the scores for these 3 foods. And we had some losers here.
So that was interesting. And we already ate a lot of food. But there is still more to come.
Now, the moment that everyone, well, mainly me, has been waiting for. These are the plates that I think you've seen in a lot of my videos, except this one. But trust me, it's really good. The food that we had here was very different from the rest, since 2 of the dishes were soup-like. But leaving those aside, the dish that obviously stood out was the gato encerrado. And not just due to its appearance, but also the name, since it could be translated into closed cat. There's no cat included, of course. It's actually a combination of sweet plantain, or maduro in Spanish, and aside from being sweet, it's also crunchy, making it a tasty and affordable snack. Even more so if you buy it from someone who prepares it really well. Now, obviously, you know when you're talking to me, encebollado is always gonna be the top class dish, and in this case, it wasn't any different. And what makes it better is the fact that encebollado is a dish that you can have it by itself, or you can combine it with the chifle, which are the plantain chips, which makes it that much better. And as a final talking point, we have the ceviche. Ceviche is one of those dishes that, even though it's kind of pricey, it's a really good dish that you get to prepare your own way. Everyone gives it their own style by adding a specific amount of mustard or ketchup, or both actually, in order to make it that much better. And of course, like encebollado, you can also add chifle in order to make it much tastier. So none of us have used our number 10, like for real. We have not used our number 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are the final 3 foods. Are you ready? Now, first we have the gato encerrado. And the score that we gave gato encerrado is...
10.
10.
5.
A
5?
A 5.
Why?
If I had to justify it, it's a really greasy food. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's tasty. It's sweet and everything and crunchy, but it's not something that I feel I could eat constantly just because I would feel overwhelmed by all of the grease that it has. So now we have the encebollado. God dish.
Obviously, what you.
Encebollado. So the ranking that we gave encebollado was
7! You too! 7.
Anna and me are just the same.
the 10 of
You're
destiny.
Special. In that kind of special.
Yes, the 10 of destiny. So if you've been paying attention up to this part of the video, then you definitely know what the score is that we're gonna give to this last food, the ceviche. But we're gonna tell you anyways. And the score that we gave it was...
I'm scared. I'm gonna have to explain this one.
A 2?
Ecuadorians, don't kill
What'd you
me. I know you love your ceviche. I know you love your ceviche. Look, I understand it and like I like to eat it like once, but first of all, I think I have eaten it too much since I've been here, so that I'm sick of it. It's just cold fish soup, and you put chifle in it, so it has like some kind of crunch in it.
Taste, it's so
But
good.
without the chifle, it's just a cold soup. Like, soup is not supposed to be cold.
But you prefer the torta.
The torta de choclo.
Yeah.
Ah!
Dios mío.
You remember that definition of special?
I'm sorry, Ecuadorians. Don't kill me.
So those are the scores for the final 3 foods. So now we're gonna go on and tell you the rankings of the best foods here in Manabi.
And we're here at whoa!
So now we're gonna give the ranking from the food that we ranked the lowest to the food that we ranked the highest. Also, we're gonna give an explanation to the foods that we gave the lowest score to and the foods that we gave the highest scores to. So that way you understand why we gave them those scores. So stay tuned for that.
So, actually, we have 2 foods with the lowest ranking. Tigrillo and torta de choclo. But we ranked torta de choclo the lowest because these 2 both gave them a 1.
Obviously.
Yeah. The food that is ranked the lowest is torta de choclo with 6 points.
And obviously with a total of 6 points as well, we have Tigrillo con bistec taking the 9th rank.
Ranked 8th is torta de plátano with 12 points.
Ranked 7 is empanadas de queso with 14 points.
In rank 6 with 16 points, we have the powerful corviche.
Powerful.
Powerful.
Corviche.
Now we have another tie, because the next 2 dishes got both 20 points. The one that we placed on 5th is pan de
almidón.
almidón, because it got less high points.
On 4th place, we have the ceviche with 20 points as the pan almidón because it got 2 9s.
And now we have the top 3, with 3rd place being taken by Bolón with 22 points.
Our 2nd place is encebollado with 24 points.
And
our first place dish
is... Gato encerrado!
Actually, gato encerrado only won with 1 point over encebollado. I'm sorry, Ace.
it's
I'm
still
sorry. It's just better. Gato encerrado is just better.
Team Soya. Now we're each going to talk about why we gave a dish the highest score and why we gave the dish the lowest score, so that you can have a better understanding as to why that dish scored so high or so low, and that you know whether to try it or not based on what we say.
So we both gave the highest score to gato encerrado.
For me, it's the perfect street food. It has a perfect crunch, it's sweet, and it's just perfect to snack, and I could eat it every day.
Me too. And also, it is fried, and I love fried food. And it is easy to make by yourself at home, with simple ingredients. Though I have to say, the gato encerrado today wasn't the best I've tried. It was a little bit chunky, but
But it was still really delicious.
yeah, it's Katsu encerrado. It can't be not delicious. So for me, the worst food from today was tigrillo con bistec. I don't actually know why. It just didn't stay in my memory. When I ate it, it was just a worse version of bologna. I don't know. It didn't stick out to me. And compared to the other food, it just wasn't as good. But I still understand when people like it, and I think it's a good breakfast.
Encebollado, a 10, because why not? It is the best Ecuadorian dish, hands down. Honestly, I can't stop talking about encebollado because, I mean, what's not to love about it? It's a hot soup-like dish, it fills you up, it can serve as breakfast, lunch, dinner, but the best part about it is that it's really freaking good, especially if you know where to eat it. And for people who are on a budget, it even works as any kind of meal because it always costs around $1.50, $2 to maximum $3. So why not? Okay, so now the one that we gave to torta de choclo. Yeah, not good.
No. For me, seriously, it was horrible.
I second that notion.
I will never eat it again.
I probably won't eat it again. I never had eaten it before, and I can definitely say that this is the experience that probably made me think I don't ever want to eat it again.
No. It was just weird.
The combination of corn and cheese, like you would think with cheese it'd probably be pretty good, but no.
No. No.
I'm gonna have nightmares. So that was our ranking for the top 10 foods from the coast of Manabi. But remember, none of these rankings mean that these foods were bad. These foods are the best foods from Manabi. Some of the best from Ecuador, actually.
So don't kill us in the comments, please.
And you know, there's actually a place that has the majority of these foods in the best versions possible. And that place is...
In Portoviejo!
So, if you want to know more about Portoviejo, check out this video next. We hope you visit Portoviejo soon.
Bye!
Bye. You're out.
Jojo, there's still two...
Next.
Why the music?
I'm so full.
We're recording.
She died. No, I'm not a troublemaker. I promise.